Good evening and welcome to All Things Sky Blue. Match preview against Blackburn Rovers. Apologies if that intro's dipping in and out. For some reason, I've got a little internet problem. So hopefully it won't continue and we will be all right. So match preview against Blackburn Rovers. Welcome to All Things Sky Blue. Shortly, I'll be bringing my guest on, my co-host, normally Mark Smith, and we will have Katie Talks Rovers. We've had her on before as a Blackburn Rovers fan. So just before I bring Mark in, just remember where you can find us. It is scrolling on the ticker down at the bottom. We are available on X or Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We are available on YouTube as well, so please go and like and subscribe. We're also available on podcasts, so please go and rate us 5 stars. We're available on all podcast platforms, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, wherever else that you get your podcasts from. We are sponsored by Right Steel Fabrications. His logo is in the corner. He can do your steel fabrication work up and down the country, but mainly in the Coventry and Warwickshire area. We are partnered with the Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery. And we are also teamed up with the Sports Social Podcast Network and Sky and Friends Dog Walking and Pet Sitting Services. So, on that note, let me bring my guest in, or my first guest, my co-host as always, Mark Smith. Good evening, Mark. How are you?
Yes, good evening, Stuart, and very pleased to report I'm at my new studio room, YouTube room, I call it.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So we've got Blackburn on Saturday. It's a 3:00 kickoff. A nice 3:00 kickoff because it's very rare nowadays that we have 3 o'clocks. It's Saturday. Normally It's a Monday night or a Friday night or a Saturday at 12:30 or something like that. So it's nice having a 3:00 on a Saturday. Back to normality. I would like to call it normality anyway. How are you feeling about Saturday? Obviously, we've had some really good performances so far this season. 4 clean sheets in a row. We've scored 3, 4 and 5. The score keeps going up every time that we play pretty much. How are you feeling about Saturday? This could be a bit of a banana skin, but as we will look a little bit when Katie comes on as well, we've got good history against Blackburn. How are you feeling about Saturday? Are you optimistic?
Oh, very optimistic, yeah. Well, we should be top of the league, 19 points. Blackburn haven't had a great season. I think we've got to go into the game, feeling positive. I think I think there might be 1 or 2 changes, possibly on the back of the international break. Hadji Wright obviously did well for the USA. He got a goal, I think, or 2 for them. But I guess the worry with him is, could he feel a bit jet lagged? Could he be tired? So that's something that Frank Lampard will have to assess ahead of this game. But no, overall, I'm feeling positive. I think we're in a really good place, the football club, and it's really important to keep this momentum going. Obviously, we would have liked to have kept playing like last week, but it is what it is. But no, I'm really excited about going to the game as a fan, and I think the players should feel excited about the way they're playing. They're playing very well, and hopefully we can just keep it going now.
Yeah, obviously, you say it came at, we wanted to keep on playing, and yes, we did. But it allowed some of the players, hopefully, to have that much-needed rest as well, because we finished 3 games in a week, and now we start 3 games in the week again. So we've got Blackburn, we've got Portsmouth, and then we've got Watford at home as well. Obviously, Torp didn't need him to come on, thankfully. Against Sheffield Wednesday with our 5-0 victory there in the last game. So hopefully it's allowed him to have a little bit more of a rest. But do you feel that the changes that he's had to make in terms of Torp being rested, Eccles coming in, Jamie Allen coming in, can you see maybe Sims coming in for this game if Wright doesn't quite feel it?
I think there's a good chance that Ellis Sims could start on the back of what I said earlier about Haji Wright and the amount of games he's not games, but just a quick turnaround because obviously I think they played in the early hours of Wednesday. And he probably won't be back till maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but I could be wrong. I think I'm going to say that Sims starts in place of Haji Wright for that reason. But if Haji Wright is in good, if he's feeling good, then I'd start Haji Wright. But at least Ellis Sims comes into the team on the back of a couple of goals in the last couple of games. I think he hasn't done that for a while, and he's got a lot of his goals away from home as well. So it's been a long time since he scored a goal at CBS. I think it was a near post header from memory. I think last season. I can't remember what the opposition was, but he's at least he's got a couple of goals, as I say, and I'm hoping that I'm fairly confident who we have. We've shown this season that we're scoring goals. We've got goal difference of +20. We're scoring goals in different positions, so that's the good thing about the team at the moment. We're not just relying on the strikers getting goals. We're getting goals from midfielders. It's been really positive.
Yeah, I nearly made a mistake there. I nearly tried to correct you because I thought it was Sims that scored against Blackburn, but it was against Birmingham. Sorry, but it wasn't. It was his shot that was saved, and then Torp got the goal. So my apologies for that. We're playing all right, aren't we? The back four, Rushworth. They're all doing their jobs basically, and Wolfenden, we haven't really seen much of him. He's had a little bit of a cameo in 2 games. I thought that he did when he come on against Sheffield Wednesday. I thought he did really well, and I thought he showed a little bit of class and not diving in when somebody, I think Kadamatri was running through, I think, and he just. The player took a shot and he just blocked it, went out for a corner. But I think in some of the instances that when he came on, I thought he just showed a lot of composure and a lot of class. How did you feel? And do you think we might see him against Blackburn on Saturday?
No, I don't think he makes any changes in that position because we've been keeping 3 clean sheets on the row. So why would you change that? That's what I would say. So I'll keep the same back 2. But yeah, you're right. I think he's a really good player to step in if we get an injury or a suspension. So, and it will help up the performance levels of Kitchen and Bobby Thomas, knowing that he's waiting in the wing to take their place if they don't perform. So I think it's great for the team, for the squad, that we've got those competition places. That's what you want as players, and you want that as supporters as well, because you want to see a team. Every team that's successful will have competition for places. So, I'm quite positive whoever we pick will do a good job for us.
Yeah, I think you said it there, to be fair. Competition for places this year, I think, has definitely stepped up a lot of players, and how they're performing. Kessler Hayden, we haven't really seen him. He has scored a goal this year as well. Because Milan is playing really, really well. De Silva's stepped up. We haven't seen really much of Brow. When Brow does get minutes, is normally on the left side of midfield. But that might change. Bidwell's come on in a couple of games, so we've seen Bidwell to give him some minutes as well. That competition for places, and obviously Dovin's back on the grass. He's still, for me, this season for me, Dovin's still not around, or I'm going to see it that way anyway. But Wilson's a good backup to Rushworth. So Rushworth is, again, he's done nothing wrong, and like I said, they've kept 4 clean sheets in a row now. So I think you're right. I don't think we make any changes, but it's about having that squad depth. We have got a small squad, but I think we've got people that can replace other players. Are bringing it up a notch. Jamie Allen started against Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think he did much wrong either. We know that if Torp's fit, Torp starts over Jamie Allen anyway. We know that. but there's Ridoni's place up for grabs at the minute. You know, Asante did really, really well, you know, and starting that role with Sakamoto on the right and Mason Clark on the left. Again, it's just that squad depth. Yes, we might not have a lot of it, but what we have got is, I think we've definitely got quality. And like I said, every season I think people write off Jamie Allen and say, no, this is his last season. But he always comes back. And whenever you put him in there, he always does a job, and he always seems to step that up a notch and take his game to that next level. How far that will take him, I'm not sure. I think, again, unfortunately, if we do get to the Premier League, if it does happen, then it looks like Jamie Allen will probably be on his way out. But again, we'll have to wait and see on that one. So we are joined by Katie. I will bring Katie in now. Good evening, Katie. How are you?
Evening, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Before we get right into it, can you just remind us where we can find you and what you do?
So you can find me on Twitter. That's quite a good question because I've actually forgotten my Twitter names. It's quite a bit unique, but I will definitely plug it towards Katie TKSFTBL. So I'll definitely plug it on social media. I'm a massive Blackburn Rovers fan, and I'm also a member of the Blackburn Rovers Supporters Coalition.
Nice, excellent. Thank you very much. So, Valian Ismail is your manager. I believe he was at Watford as well at some point as well. How is he doing for you? Has he made any changes? How are you playing with him in charge?
I would say to myself, and I would probably pick for some Rovers fans, it's very much like Marmite relationship. Kind of either you love him or you hate him. I think for me personally, when he came in, I was very much like, as majority of fans, you know, I've not heard the best record about him, but you got to give him a chance because, and it's not, you know, it's not up to you who you decide who comes manage your football team. I don't think he'll be here much longer, if I'm going to be honest with you, but he is a yes man, so maybe he will be. I don't know, I just don't see any creativity in the football. For example, like our academy is something that we really pride ourselves on. There's hardly any academy players getting any minutes, and it's like there's questions, you know, being asked about that now. What's happening in the academy? I don't know. He just doesn't have that spark, and he's not got the best record. But you just got to give him a chance, hasn't it? You know what I mean? I think majority.
Oh, Katie, you're sounding very down and very depressed.
I am.
Oh dear. Obviously, we go into this game as well, where we're 9 unbeaten. We're in a really, really good vein of form. Haven't conceded in 4 games, and you know we're scoring goals at the minute for fun as well. You know, you haven't got the greatest history against us either. The last 6, we've won 4. We haven't lost 1 and we've drew 2 as well. The last time that you beat us was in 2020. It was a big win as well, 4-0 win. But yeah, it's, you know, to be fair though, the games that you have had so far this season, you've won 2, and they've both come away from home. Now, obviously, we are Coventry at home this weekend. So, if there's a chance that you're going to beat us, it could be away from home. What are you doing differently away from home that you're not doing at home?
I wouldn't say we're doing anything differently. I feel like the players are just coming out a lot more fighting because let's be honest, like obviously, like, you know, for example, you got obviously Coventry at home. You've got people behind you, which you obviously do at Rovers to an extent. But I think, and this is probably such like an unpopular opinion, I think our away fans are a lot much better, like in voice and shouting than home. And I just think that's the support that helps them. I just think for home, there are times where we could have got the victory. Like, if I look back on like the Birmingham game, we were so unlucky. But it's individual mistakes they're making, similar to 2 years ago, where it was a running joke at Rovers that we'd start conceding after 75 minutes, and it keeps happening again and again.
Yeah, your last game was a 1-1 draw against Stoke. How was that game? Because did they score? I'm just trying to remember. Did they score late on? I can't remember in that game either.
So the first half we were awful, awful. Second half we came out and did a tempo. They scored, I think it's about 49 minutes, and then we scored quite late. I think so. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, guys, when you're not a football for 2 weeks, it could even be the other way around. Sometimes, honestly, watching Rovers at the moment, it's generally like Marmite. Like, you're going to either have a really good day or it's going to ruin your weekend.
Right, okay.
But we played a lot better in the second half, 100%.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Mark, any questions for Katie?
I mean, I'm looking at sort of the sides. They have spent about £5 million on new players in Johnson, Maurice Sheeta. I won't say Ita because that sounds a bit like a swear word. Tavares, Henriksen. Any of those players stood out? McLaughlin from Hull, obviously, on half a mil. Which of those have stood out for you from the new signings?
It's really hard. Like, I would say Marcio, he's got such an energy. You'll notice, especially if he does score at the weekend, he's got like a massive thing and he starts doing a helicopter and he wears a hat with a helicopter. Like, he's got such a good energy about it, and he has scored. I think the hardest thing is, and it's like, when you've got rid of such like championship experience, they're trying to glue these players together, and it's taken a lot longer than it should. Henriksen, okay, but I just don't think I wouldn't say they've excelled. And if I'm going to be brutally honest, and I'm probably being negative here, do I think they're better than the players that we had last season? No.
Right, okay. Obviously, you've signed Todd Cantwell as well. You've got Ohashi. They're two of the standout ones that I think that are dangerous. We know how good Todd Cantwell is. Have they been your shining lights? How's Ohashi doing?
Ohashi's doing really, really well. He's very much, and this is, I think, issue with the team where he's not really getting much. He isn't getting much time, I think, to shine, because I think that Ismail doesn't really. If you look at our team selections, I don't think he really knows. He's like, he's perfect starting 11. So he's not getting much time. Sometimes he'll be on the bench. Sometimes, he'll be on the thing. But Cantwell, since he got the armband, I don't know whether it's just that he's got this, status symbol. He's been excellent. Really, really good.
Excellent. Okay. And you've got a few injuries as well, I've noticed. Just a few of them. Jake Garrett, Hayden Carter, Baraji, I can't pronounce his name, and Adam Forshaw. Are any of them likely to return for our game or not?
Adam Forshaw, no. And I don't know why we re-signed him. Not got nothing against the guy, but he scored again because he used to play for Plymouth. And he scored, honestly, like, I'll have to send it to you guys. He scored against his old team. He literally went over. He did that. It was embarrassing.
Really?
But yeah, that was the first goal he scored in about 9 years. Like, I remember sitting there thinking, please just don't tell me he's just done that. Brother, we've signed him on a really weird deal where it's like kind of like a pay as you go, kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
When we got him, he failed his medical, but being Blackburn Rovers, we still signed him after a bit of hubbing, and he's just had surgery. Hayden Carter, love the guy. absolute powerhouse. But at the moment, he's like glass. He came back from injury, then went straight back off again after he's had a long-term injury. And Jake Garrett, been since like a kind of like a young boy at Rovers, just really struggled with injury. But I think he's going to struggle getting into the main team this season. So definitely, you won't see them back in time.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else, Mark, from you?
How big a loss has Dom Hine been for Rovers? Because obviously he was kind of your rock at the back as well.
Massive. It's not gone. It's understatement saying it's not gone down with the fan base in the slightest. Like, obviously, imagine having someone who like genuinely loved playing for the club and wearing that shirt. And obviously, I understand football. Players kind of go, but for us as a football club, letting someone with that stature and that much experience going on last day of the season, and it came out of nowhere. No one expected it, and letting with no experience or know someone to come in, was criminal. Massive, like even like a leader on the pitch, and this is at the point where I think fans are getting frustrated because it's like you've been as probably as we have, on and off. You need experience. I'd experienced in someone good, and they've kind of got rid of the experience. If you look at who we've got from last season, and we just replaced it with people that not been nasty and negative, but are just not known.
Yeah,
and it's like gambling, isn't it? Because it's like everyone wants that prize of going up to the Premier League, and we as fans we don't see it.
Yeah. Are they obviously? Go on, Mark. Go on.
I was going to ask about the Venkies as well. I mean,
that's what I was just about to say. You beat me to it.
Great minds think alike. Then we had it was a Sheffield Wednesday fan we had on a couple of weeks back. I don't know who it was. I should know his name. But we were talking.
It was. I didn't even write it down. It's gone out.
Doesn't matter. But anyway, the point is that
James.
Yeah, so we were talking about the bad owners at Sheffield Wednesday, and obviously Blackburn, similar scenario. I mean, is there any hope that maybe someone might come in and buy the Venkies out, or is that not sort of nothing? It's not likely to happen right this moment in time.
I don't think it's likely going to happen, and I think it's frustrating as a fan. Like, like obviously Twitter, it's quite a thing. You'll get some fans that obviously, understandably, will say obviously don't like they've kept like no one's doubting they haven't like obviously put money in, but they've not run it properly. They've in our eyes they're absent owners. They've not even been to Eagle Park in 14 years, and I think like the $1 million question is why are you holding on to us?
Yeah,
I feel like it is similar without knowing the reason, similar to Sheffield Wednesday, obviously, but they're in a lot more position than I would not want to be in that. But I think fans are worried that it could get to that, you know what I mean, in 2-3 years' time, and it'll be interesting to see what the regulator can do, especially for teams like Sheffield Wednesday, because they need it urgently.
Yeah, that's right, definitely. Any questions for us, Katie?
No, but just more like a plea. Please just don't batter us 6-0.
Well, we can't promise. We can't promise anything, but it you never know. Look, I'd be happy with the 1-0 win, clean sheet, get the 3 points, and move on to the next game, because every game now, for me especially, every game now is just it's just a slip up, and the way I don't know, I just don't want this to end. I don't know whether you feel the same, Mark. I just don't want this feeling to end of, I know we're going to lose eventually, but it's always, that next game. Like I think you mentioned it the other day, Mark. I think it was on the X space that we did. We're the ones now that are being hunted, and people are going to be coming into the games against us a lot more wary. Katie, do you think that you're going to sit back and soak up and try and catch us on the counter, or are you going to park the bus? Or if you score, are you then going to park the bus and do what Norwich tried to do, and we have to try and break you down?
Oh, it'll be hard. I hope they give it a go. Do I think they might park the bus? One thing I'll say that we actually are good at is defending.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Blackburn come out and properly defend and it ends up being a 1-1. I'll take a draw any day of the week. At the moment, obviously, preferably a win. But with the record being from home, it's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? Because, I mean, I would take a 1-0 win. And I think that'd be a shock if we won against Coventry. It would, because, you know, I've said to you guys before, obviously, for like, you know, you're kind of our bulky team, especially your arena. We don't do well there in the slightest. But there have been times we've had those sneaky wins that seasons against Leeds.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't like us since that. I think the only thing I would say with Coventry, I don't know what you guys think, obviously, because you're the fans. Only thing I probably said concerned about is overall your season, you bench. If you get any injuries, are your bench going to stand up? You know what I mean?
Well, we've got a couple of injuries now. So we mentioned just before you joined us, Katie, about having the squad depth and things like that as well. And obviously, Jack Radone is out. He probably won't be available for your game. But other players have stepped up that we've already got. So Asante, he played really well against Sheffield Wednesday in that number 10 role. He could play that role again. Torp looks like that he's back, but if Torp doesn't play, Jamie Allen can step in. The only one really that I would be worried about is if he got injured, and touch wood that he doesn't, would be Matty Grimes, because we haven't really got a player that can do what he can do. I did notice actually that Kai Andrews for Wales under-21s, I believe he played in that deeper lying role, and he actually had quite a good game. So whether they're trying to mould Kai Andrews a little bit in that fashion, if you like, we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, Matty Grimes would be the only one that I would be concerned about if he isn't available. And again, I hope I don't put a curse on it, but Matty Grimes' injury record for Swansea and for us is just incredible. Is ever present. He never rarely gets injured. And again, I don't want to put a curse on it, but he's always there, isn't he, Mark?
He is. He's always ever present, and hopefully that will continue for the remaining 36 games now this season. So doesn't sound many 36, but it's a lot. But
I know,
I know Katie's point about the depth of the squad. I think that was my concern as well. I was of the opinion that if we have a few injuries to key players, that may jeopardise our chances, and that might still be the case. But I think what's encouraged me is the fact that we've been winning games with no Radone, and Torp was missing for the Sheffield Wednesday game. Although having said that, Sheffield Wednesday were pretty awful. I think quite a few League One or League Two teams would have beaten them in that game. They were shocking. But I think the win that really impressed me was Millwall away. To go to there and win 4-0 was a really impressive result. So I feel more positive now because I've seen us win games with not our strongest 11. But look, the Championship is a tough league. There's some good sides in it. We have played Leicester. And we got a credible point there at their place. I look at teams like the Ipswiches I worry about. I think Middlesbrough have had a decent season as well. They're second in the league. So, look, it's a tight start. We're doing well. We're not, we're unbeaten. But, I'm being fairly cautious. There's a long way to go. We've just got to keep winning games. And I don't care if we play ugly and win 1-0. I don't care. I want to win. That's all I care about is winning. Whether it's 5-1-0.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm interested as a fan.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, so prediction time then. I'll go to you first, Mark. Predictions for Saturday, Mark.
I think we'll win. I'm going to go 2-0 to us.
Okay, nice. Katie?
Oh, this is really hard. I have to be honest, right? I can't see us winning. We never win at CBS. So I am going to say 3-1 to Coventry, and I think Todd Welt's going to score a penalty.
Okay, nice. I think we are going to keep another clean sheet. I think we are going to win. If we score first, and if it's an early goal, then the floodgates might open. I still think it will be a difficult game, but I'm going to go for a 3-0 win again. I just think I'm hoping at the minute, Wright got a couple of goals in the international break as well. Simmons has been scoring when he's coming off the bench. Asante's been scoring. Sakamoto's off the ground now. And I just think that we'll have too much for you in coming back. It's a 3:00 kickoff as well, which gives us a little bit of extra time, not a 12:30, because we've had a lot of 12:30s recently. So, I'm going to go for a 3-0 Cov win on Saturday. So, that's mine. So, before you go then, Katie, as always, I like to do quick fire questions. You had them last season as well, so you should be familiar with them.
Yep.
But just if there's anything new, or anybody else new to watch kind of thing, then you can let us know. So the first question is one player for you guys to look out for the season.
Ryan, I'm going to probably scrub his name. It's like Ryan Alabluso. That's how you pronounce him. Really, really good. Definitely good on the side. Very good at defending. This is where I think, I don't know what I won't win, but I think he will definitely get into your defence.
Okay. Does he play on the left or right?
Right.
Okay. Nice. Lovely. Where will you finish?
Do you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
We're going to get relegated.
Do you?
No, yeah. If you ask a lot of fans now, yeah. And do you know the scary thing is, and I was saying the other day, like, if we go down, we're not coming back up.
Yeah, I remember you saying that on the space, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think with the amount that we've lost, like, I'll be happy to finish 18th. Rose fans are probably going to go for it now, but I'll be happy just to obviously finish. Obviously, I don't want us to get relegated.
Yeah.
But with the results and how things are just going so unlucky for us, I like we were saying this month. We generally don't know where we're gonna get a point.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Where will Cov finish?
I want you to finish first. I was gonna put you my predictions.
Is that where you want us or where you think we will?
No, I think you'll finish first.
Do you? Do you think we'll win the league?
I think this is your year. You've always been like knocking on that door, and it's the little things that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the hope sometimes that kills you, isn't it? Like us last season, where literally on the final thinking, "Oh my God, we might just get in there," and then someone decides to score a last-minute draw. But I generally think you will finish first.
Excellent, thank you very much. Like it. One player from Coventry, Katie, that you would take. Just the one. You can't have the whole team.
Asante. I wish we'd took him.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's really, really good. Like, genuinely, I think a lot of people had like names when obviously when we were about taking him, he wasn't in the best like form, but then as soon as that came back, I don't know, he just started scoring for fun.
Well, to be fair, last season a lot of people would have probably given him to you, but this season he's stepped up, and there was rumours that Asante always plays better in his second season. And so far, it's worked out that way. So Asante has been really, really good this year, I have to admit.
He's like the playing version of Postecoglou, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, mate.
The way you say it,
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Just remind us, Katie, where we can find you and what you do.
You can find me on Twitter. We're tagged in the social media that goes out, and I am a member of the Blackburn Rovers Supporters Coalition that basically, as you can understand, is trying to get the ownership out unsuccessfully at the moment.
Oh no, bless you.
Well, I hope it gets sorted.
Right, so yes, yeah, me too. So just remember where you can find us as well. We are available on X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you watch us on YouTube, please go and like and subscribe. If you listen to us on a podcast, please go and rate us 5 stars. Everything is down on our ticker at the bottom. We're sponsored by Right Steel Fabrications. We are partnered with Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery. We're teamed up with the Sports Social Network and Sky and Friends Pet Walking and Dog Sitting Services. Dog Walking and Pet Sitting Services, I should say. So, on that note, thank you very much, Mark, as always. Katie, thank you very much for joining us. You joined us on our space last week. I would imagine you will join us on our space this week to talk about the actual game.
Yeah.
So that would be great to listen to hear from you as well. If you win, you might have something to gloat about. If you lose, then obviously you can just talk about it with us kind of thing and just get your take on it.
Do you know what's funny though? It would be the Rovers thing to actually go and beat you. It would, like, genuinely.
That's why I'm worried about every single game, because one game we will slip up, and I just hope it's not at home, and I hope it's an away. I hope it's an away game, but I don't want us to lose away from home either. It's one of them. Eventually we will lose, as long as we perform. Then I don't mind if we lose to the better team, but we've got to make sure that we perform first. Because if we perform, I don't think we'll get beat very often, but we'll see. Once we finish recording, Katie, don't shoot off. I just need to let the downloads and stuff happen, and we'll have a quick chat afterwards as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys, for listening and watching. Play Up Sky Blues.